organise something here. Because this next item, having set out my stall for poetry, having given you my mission statement, as it were, use the mic, Ken, having given you my mission statement for verse, this isn't verse at all. This is a blow-by-blow account of a dream I had recently. It's called Kitchenalia, and I hope my magnifying glasses stay on this time. They're brand new and they fall off. I'm standing in a kitchen, not my own, facing the wall cupboards, looking at the countertop, which is empty, pristine, like one of those mock-up kitchens in a DIY store. But this is not a DIY store, it's someone's house. From my left, out of shot as it were, an anonymous hand reaches across in front of me and places on the work surface a large mug of coffee. The identity of the giver is not important. I do not thank them. I pick up the mug of coffee and make to drink from it. Now, at this point, I must pause the narrative to explain to you that in my waking life, I don't actually drink that much coffee. It's not that I don't like coffee. I do. It's just that I regard it as an occasional pleasure, something to have on a long journey, perhaps, or as a fortifying treat, preferably with cake, in the middle of a heavy shopping day. But not at home. Likewise, if I'm at a friend's house and they offer me coffee, even if they've got one of those fancy machines, I'll opt for tea instead. I am, at heart, a tea person. I mean, I have ground coffee in the house and a cafetiere, but only so that I may offer coffee to guests. I never use them for myself. They haven't seen any use since my other half died. Oh, now there was a coffee drinker. 6 or 7 cups a day, black and strong. Back then, our kitchen smelled like a coffee shop. Yeah. Oh, sorry. So, I am lifting the mug to my lips when I notice something unusual. Hairs in the coffee. I think. Hairy coffee. I mean, they're not floating on the surface, they're sticking out from under the liquid. So, as you do, I reach into the mug, grasp hold of several of the hairs, and draw the object out. Now, this being a dream, it emerges not hot and dripping, as you might imagine, but cool, intact, unaffected by its immersion. I stand, cradling it in my hand, and look at it, feel its gentle weight, its texture, and at once recognise it for what it is. It's my scrotum. Although I'm at a loss to explain how it has become detached from me, I'm not in the least disconcerted. Indeed, if I can own to any emotion at all, it's a pleasant sense of relief that my old pal has not been lost completely. He's not, for instance, lying in some stranger's understair cupboard among old paint tins gathering dust. Well, these things happen so easily. Now, it is here, safe and sound, in the charge of its fond and rightful owner. Hello, Scrotum. It is resting in a position I can best describe as the right way up, you know. And given that it has been severed from its usual moorings, it is open at the top, rather like a bag of sweets. Driven by that inexorable yet peculiarly dispassionate brand of curiosity that is the privilege of the dreamer, I peer inside. What I find leaves me perplexed. Not having been medically trained, and therefore never having had to dissect the generative organs of a human male, I have no firm idea beyond the sketchily remembered evidence of a few very dry and analytical textbook illustrations what a pair of naked testicles should look like. But it's obvious even to me that this isn't right. Eyes. Well, eyeballs to be precise. A host of them. Sentient, focused, and staring back at me. Not threateningly, but with a sense of anticipation and keen attention, which, as somebody who performs regularly to rooms full of people, I know very well. And it is now, it becomes plain what my next course of action must be. Having long since served its purpose in the dream narrative, that mug of coffee has now politely ceased to exist. So, with my unencumbered hand, I reach into the scrotal sac, lift out a glistening orb, and
pop it in my mouth, where it maintains its shape for only a moment or two before
dissolving pleasingly on my tongue. One by one, methodical and purposed, I do the same
with the rest.
It feels good. I'm midway through this process when I wake up, laughing at the crude visual pun of what I recognise as a classic performance anxiety dream. The mood lasts through to breakfast. I'm still smiling, recalling the details as I stand at the counter making tea. And from the left, out of shot as it were, a familiar hand reaches around and comes to rest upon the front of me. And the kitchen smells like a coffee shop. Thank you.
Oh.